Yep, this is always the worst part. Getting back into it. Maybe I just don't apologize for not posting in a while. I guess. Okay. Hey everyone, I'm back, and it's because I needed to talk about something. I just finished reading A Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes, and this book is so good. I loved it. I loved it so much that I finished reading it and immediately bought the audiobook so that I could listen to it again, because frankly I'm afraid I missed some pearl of awesome wisdom. I mean, she's funny, she's an amazing writer, obviously, and it was really inspiring in a new kind of way, and I loved it. I highly recommend it. The book is so great. And then there's this wind out of my sails moment where she talks about losing weight. Now, I don't mean to criticize, and not just because I'm reluctant to speak ill of Queen Shonda, but also because she is and should be proud of the lifestyle changes that she made. She was unhappy, she saw a way to fix that, and she did it. And it sounds like she did it in a really mentally and physically healthy way, and I absolutely applaud her for that. The part that gives me pause is the way that she talks about being fat. A similar thing happened recently with Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. Now, she was voted sexiest woman alive, which is absolutely warranted because she's gorgeous. But in response to that, she was asked in an interview what she would say to her younger self. And one of the things that she said is, "You're not as fat as you think you are." The problem with that is that what she means is you're not as bad as you think you are. You guys know there's a huge stigma surrounding the word fat, and it's just a real bummer. Body positivity is something that's super important to me. In fact, it's so important that I started a podcast about it. You should check it out. Yeah, get that podcast plug in. But today I wanted to talk to you about why it's so important to me. I am a relatively healthy person. Does that shock you? It might shock you. It certainly shocked a bunch of my previous doctors who I no longer go to. People like to look at me and assume that I have a laundry list of physical ailments, and I just don't. I was a big baby. I was a big kid. When my body exploded into puberty, I was still big. You see where I'm going with this. Even when I was at what was probably my healthiest, my metabolism was probably at its peak. I was a cheerleader, I was in high school, I was going to practice almost every day. I was running laps and stretching out my body and jumping and throwing girls into the air and catching them every single time. Yeah, base. I was super strong and really flexible, but I wasn't thin. I like food. I like the taste of food. I like making food. I like the social aspect of going out and eating food. I like trying new things. And the combination of my love of food and my genes and the fact that I really don't like the shin splints that occur when I run means that I'll probably always be big. I spent so much of my young life wanting to be thin. I prayed to gods I didn't believe in. I wished and dreamed and hoped. I did horrible, unhealthy things to my body, and all in pursuit of what? Taking up a little bit less space? All of this is to say that when I am positive about my body, I'm healthier. And when I'm negative about it, it's the worst. I know you know what I'm talking about. Looking in the mirror and feeling like you're wrong or less than, like you're undeserving of human attention or interaction, like you're worthless. It's crippling. It makes you throw articles of clothing on the floor and pinch and poke at your skin until you cry, weep, and cancel plans with friends, pull on your hair and curl up under the covers and try to shut out the world. I would not wish these feelings on my worst enemy. Now, before you go and start thinking that I'm some kind of selfless crusader for the cause, I have to admit, there's a reason that I feel this way. My daughter is a mini-me, and that thrills and terrifies me at the same time. I love her so much it hurts. How am I going to guarantee that she never feels that way? I can't because that's the world that we live in. And all that I can do is my best to try and change that. I recently spoke on the podcast with a young woman who is way wiser than any teenager has any business being. And one of the things that she said was that we can fix this. We don't need permission from Congress. We just need permission from one another. This is something that we can do. We can change this, so I will. I never want my daughter to think that she is defined by a number on a scale or a size in a piece of clothing. She is defined by her amazing brain and her beautiful creativity and the kindness in her heart. I love my body, every curve and bump and unique imperfection. And on the days when nothing fits right and all I want to do is crawl under the covers, I'm going to do my best to set that feeling aside and focus my energy on learning something new or being creative or making someone else smile and hope that it changes the world. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. Oh, and if you want to hear me talk more about loving your body, then check out the Body Poscast. We're on iTunes, and we have a website, and we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff. So check us out. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, I'm Liza Poor.
I'm Lillian Bussell.
And this is the Body Poscast.com.
And that's BODYPOSCAST@gmail.com.
Yeah, see what we did there? It's a little play on words.
I like a good portmanteau.